So another important piece of equipment I have, not only from a tree service standpoint, but from a land management standpoint, is a skid steer. This is a Kubota SVL 75 with the high flow hydraulic system. This thing has been great for us. It's super efficient when loading out larger logs, when the mini skid steer can't lift the weight or load over the sidewalls of our dump trailers. So this has been a very essential piece of equipment to our operation, and I've had zero complaints out of this piece of equipment so far. Something we added after the fact, after purchasing this machine, was the bulletproof glass windshield right here. I've actually knocked out 2 windshields on skid steers before, running one of the brush cutting decks. You'll just pick up a little bit of rocks or a hard portion of a stick or something will break off, and especially if you're in a wooded area, that might bounce off a tree and come back and bust, and it's not fun. The whole windshield just kind of turns to millions of tiny pieces of glass and falls in your lap. So after I broke this one out a few months after owning it, we went ahead and installed the bulletproof glass through Kubota. It's a product that they offer, and it's been nothing but great. I mean, I've had decent sized pieces of gravel and stuff smack that while I'm running the brush cutter, and it hasn't even left a mark on the glass. So super satisfied with that upgrade. And if you're doing any sort of land clearing or, I mean, any tree work at all, really, it's a great investment to make. Grapple buckets are essential to tree services. Many skid steers, usually what you see is a lot of people have like an articulating grapple bucket. Those are super handy for feeding chippers, but the full-size skid steer, that's not what its purpose is for. This one is strictly to load out logs. There's a bunch of different types of grapple buckets you can get. A lot of them have, they're almost like a smooth bucket and then have a grapple over the top, so it's kind of multi-purpose. I chose this one with the root rakes just for its versatility. It's easier, you can flip it upside down and let those bottom claws kind of really rip out some of those underlying roots you've got in that area, especially if you've got a blowover or you just ground a stump and there was a few little extra roots laying around. And it's also, once you kind of figure it out, it's also great to set down and you can kind of rake smaller debris into a pile and then come back and grab it. This specific grapple has been extremely handy. Have had no issues out of it. It's got a pretty good diameter of what size log it'll grab, and pretty much if you can get the grapple around it, the skid steer is going to pick it up. So again, another essential piece of equipment that we have for our tree service, and I've enjoyed using it.